What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Happy Woosah Wednesday, everybody. It's Hump Day, middle of the week. We ain't got but 2 more days to go. You know what we do every Wednesday now? Is Blanket Crew New York, season 5. This is episode 5, you guys, serving wedding realness. Okay, let's get into it. We see opening up, Sky comes into the shop and she is dressed in a bit of a gray suit. She looks really nice, really sharp, except for the fact that she got a sheer shirt on and her titties out. She just got pasties over the nipples. So I guess her being tasteful is not hugging everybody, but giving them air fives, whatever. Of course, they have to talk about Duchess quitting and giving up on the shop, going back to Carolina to her own shop, and that the tattoo-a-thon was a bust. So they was joning, Dutch about that. But my thing is, I would go back to a shop that's making me money. That shop got her name on it and it's successful. So why stay there on the drowning ship with a bunch of grown people that don't do nothing and don't do what you ask them to do no way? So anyway, so in walks Nikki, her and Richard go ahead and let everybody know that they got married and that they're going to have a small reception. Of course, everyone is like, that was kind of quick. Also, we see this guy lets everybody know that she is assuming on her own accord the hypothetical management role at the shop. And right before she makes this announcement, Tiffany comes in. She's got a client to tattoo, and then Sky goes into her spiel about working together as a team and being a team, and she's gonna take over this role. And Tiffany's like, quick question here. How we gonna work together as a team when you got people bullying other people in the shop? And of course, Sky is still on that tip where she telling her to shut up, mind her mouth, and all this old crazy stuff. And so there's this exchange, this hostile exchange, of course, which was led by Sky, the hostility part, because Tiffany had a valid point. How are we going to work together as a team when you can't stand me and you continue to be aggressive towards me? So Sky was like, okay, well, let's go outside. And Tiffany was like, why we got to go outside? Let's just do it right here. Somehow, Sky ends up with a gash in her forehead, like a serious gash in her forehead. She had to have 3 stitches, like she was taken away in an ambulance. Meanwhile, Tiffany got her wig like, whoever gets the wig is the automatic winner. Everybody knows that. Like if you get a mark on your face, like a black eye, you lost. And if you got that person's wig, earrings, shoes, clothes, anything like that, you came away with something, like you're the winner. Like everyone knows that. That's fight 101. I mean, come on. Okay, so then we're down at 125th, and Kit is talking to C's about getting a shop dog. Like that is come on. Anyway, and sees, which I didn't think was funny at all. It admits that he has either killed or injured 2 little teacup dogs of Duchess, just stepping on them on accident. Everybody thought that was funny. If most of y'all know that Miss Honey is an animal lover, I have a dog. I don't like that at all. I don't think that's funny at all. If you gonna get an animal, be responsible for that animal and love and take care of that animal. If you feel like you can't love and take care of an animal, don't get an animal. Flat out, point blank, period. Okay. So in walks Tiffany and Bay, and they want to talk about the fact that Tiffany has gotten into a fight with Sky, and the fact that neither one of them feel safe at the shop. Bay don't feel right about Sky being there because she had 3 clients, 2 of which left because they were afraid, like they felt nervous about the energy in the shop, I guess. And Tiffany personally doesn't feel physically safe in the shop because even though Sky lost, and that they had it out or whatever, she still texting Tiffany this hostility, this hostile, um like I'm gonna get you type thing. And so Tiffany lets sees notice she quitting, and he was like, well, what would you stay if what if I separated y'all, would you stay? And she's like, no, because she's not gonna be happy until she gets what she wants, which is to physically assault me. And so she's like, I don't have time for that. So one thing I did like was C said this not right. Sky, something is going on with Sky. I like that he was loyal to Sky, but at the same time, Sky costing you money, man, because Tiffany got clientele. She bringing money into the shop. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if we're going to see Tiffany again, but I do like the fact that he was loyal to Sky and realized there got to be something else going on. So, let's see. Then we see oh, this was hilarious. Okay, so Niki and Richard go down to this place where they're gonna have this super great reception, wedding reception, since nobody came to their wedding. The place is really nice. Um and immediately Richard turns back into old shit, okay? Because he wants the best of everything, okay? He barely tattooing. Niki don't have a job. Niki's like, excuse me, who's gonna pay for all of this? Cause all together it's gonna be like $4,200. Now we know that VH1 gonna pay for it, but this is a very real conversation. Like, you in here all the way balling out. Now maybe he balling out like that because he know that ultimately VH1 is gonna pay for it, or maybe this is a true um oh shit moment. Okay. But let's just say Niki and Richard sit down, and she's like, what the fuck, what are we doing, what are we talking about here? And he's like, yeah, what's the problem? And she's like, what the fuck, you don't have any money, you don't have any money, we can't afford this, what are you talking about? And he's like, maybe if you got a job. She was like, oh, wait. I was like, oh no, where is all California sweet, nice? His name is Richard. Where's that Niki? Oh no, she went straight south side. She went straight south side. Yes, she did. She went off. I mean, to my this right here, this right here, this. Yeah, she went off. And she was like, you don't even have a bank account. I do everything. I pay for everything. I found an apartment, everything we got going on right now coming out of my savings. And he is like, he had to take it down a notch because he got the wrong side of her. And it was like the moment she did that, she went off and he calmed down a little bit. She was like, you know what? I just don't know if I could do this. I mean, I just feel so out of place. I'm out of my element, and I don't know anybody here. I was like, oh, okay, we back to sweet California hippie Niki now. Okay, all right. See, everybody got it in them. Everybody got it in them. I don't care what nobody say. Anyway, you know, that was a cute little scene. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. To me, I wouldn't have never left. She had a job at the mayor's office, and you moved all of that for a junkie, an ex junkie who didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to pour it out of. It'd be different if y'all was coming back to his house that he had boarded up. He had a family home. He had a job already waiting for him. Y'all came back to New York with nothing. You left girl. Ain't that much love in the world. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I'm going to tell you why I'm taking this stance as we go on. But let's move on, okay? So then we see C's coming to the shop. And, he is like, I'm going to have to take back over the shop because all of the stuff that's going on. It's like UFC fighting in here. Sky is her energy is real touch and go. Like, it's not it's down, but it's also got a hair trigger on it. Like any minute you could tell she gonna lose it. And she kind of does have like a little bit of breakdown. Like in the process of having conversation about what happened between her and Tiffany, you could just see her energy like escalate, de-escalate, come, and then she just walks off. And C's follows her and he's like, "What's going on?" And she's just like, "That's my period." And he was like, "Nah, nah, nah, what's happening?" She was like, "I miss my mom. I miss my mama." And I was like, "Oh, come on, Sky. What is happening right now?" And now everybody knows Sky is like Black Ink royalty. She is a Black Ink favorite. She's like the Black Ink mascot. And we all know what she went through a couple of seasons ago, you know, having given her kids up for adoption and just feeling like she wanted to reconnect with them, knowing she gave them the best life, but still really, really missing them and um, wanting them to know her and that type of thing. So now we see just how broken and fractured Sky's family is. It turns out her mom is bipolar, and ever since she was like 12 years old, she just disappeared. And Sky been taking care of her, and Sky been taking care of herself. And she hasn't seen her mom in like a month or so. Like she doesn't know where she is. She can't find her. She can't get her on the phone. And she's telling C's that Black Ink is like her family. That's her family. That's all the family she got because she don't have her mama. She don't have, her kids. And it was just a real, real gut wrenching moment. Like I felt bad for Sky, and Sky got this kind of cry that just make you cry with her. Like she's just, and you just be like, you know what, Sky? We gonna find your mama, Sky. Together we gonna do this. Super, super emotional moment. Okay. So, you know, wow. And then when you think about it, when you really, really think about it, go back and look at some of those scenes with Tiffany in them, and you look at Tiffany and they do a flashback of Sky's mom while she's talking about her. And I think she was on like season one or season two. Sky's mom was briefly, and they flashback to that. But when you look at Tiffany, kind of in the forehead eye region, favor Sky's mom. I could see how looking at Tiffany, especially when her hair is pulled back, reminds her of her mom. I could see how Tiffany's nationality and ethnic background reminds Sky of her mom. And that might be why she going so hard on Tiffany. I wish we could have seen her and Tiffany make up. I don't know if that's coming, but I wish we could have seen them have like genuine conversations with one another because I feel like they could be good friends. Anyway, Lulu! Oh, it's like God knew I wanted to see Lulu and he brought her back for this episode. Oh, Lulu is such a beautiful girl. She has grown up to be such a beautiful girl. She's there because she Richard wanted her to be there for the reception. Since she wasn't there for the wedding, she lived with her mom in Texas, and Cody wasn't there, which is um Richard's newest baby, and Achilles wasn't there because, as Richard says, quote unquote, the Kathy meter is turned all the way up. Now, y'all don't remember Kathy from previous seasons. The bitch is crazy. Like she is full on not well. Like full on. Like I will make you some poisonous soup not well. Like I wouldn't eat nothing at her house if she was me and her was fighting. Nah. So we see Lulu, and we get to meet Jeremiah. Jeremiah is Nikki's son. This is what I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand how people leaving their children to go and be with a dude, to go and be with a person that they not married to, they not committed to. I would have moved to New York with Richard, but I already be married to Richard before I moved to New York. I would already have a commitment. Like we got to get some ducks in a row. Okay, so you give up your job at the mayor's office to go move with Richard, but Should have kept your job because you got a son who living with his father, and you make up this bull crap excuse about you don't want to uproot him from his community and his life there. Well, you moved there. If anything, y'all should have moved closer to your son. Are you crazy? Like, are you dumb? Are you really, really that? I mean, that's what they call sacrifice. That's a sacrifice. So you give up love, you give up being on a show, you give up everything for your children. Like, what the zero respect. I have zero respect for people who do that. And so Nikki just went down in my eyes, and she gonna keep going down in my eyes, especially if she keep making up these bullshit as excuses why she don't have her son, or she not at least in her son's life. She's like, oh, we FaceTime every day. I'm like, girl, bye. When he breaking into people's homes and shooting dope into his arms, FaceTiming. Anyway. We also find out that this is Richard's first time meeting her son Jeremiah. Y'all, what the hell is going on? The maturity level here is so... That is really, really messed up in my opinion. You just not meeting her son. This is her first time, I think, meeting Lulu. I don't get it. I don't understand it. See, but when you selfish and you your number one priority, this is the kind of bad behavior we have. Anyway, okay? So then we see Sky and C's. Sky and C's going into the Bronx, I think, to look for Sky's mom. There's no success with finding her there. And we just see this really, really emotional moment where Sky talks about how much she loves Black Ink Crew as a family because she doesn't really have a family outside of them. And how much she loves C's as her brother. Like, she really is 100 for him, and he seems like he's 100 for her. So C's comes back in, and of course he's gonna take over Black Ink Crew. He feels like it is the UFC there, and he wants to start making money. He needs this shop to make money. He wants Bay to bring him 2 stacks every other week. So I mean, tattooing must be good money, because $2,000 every other week, that's good money. And I think that's what 2 stacks is, like $1,000, right? It's not $200, right? I don't know. I don't know what a stack is, y'all, but it seemed like a lot of money to me. So he got like new rules. He's very non-specific about it. But then we see Project Pat come in, and Project Pat, I forget who brother he is, but he kind of like a well-known celebrity around those parts. I think they're originally from Memphis. Anyway, the dude is old. You know what I'm saying? He's an old cat. He's not a young cat at all. He wants like a caricature type tattoo. And, basically he's a grown ass man with braids and wrinkles. Like, so while he's Caesar's giving him a tattoo. He wants a caricature of himself on his arm as a tattoo, like a cartoon. He feels like he wants to go back to more simpler times. Like, dumb. Anyway, so while Caesar's tatting him, Caesar's reflecting on his relationship with Dutch. And he's saying, Dutch doesn't want to be in New York full time. She doesn't want to live there. And he doesn't know what's going to happen between them. He wants a home and a family and a wife. And he doesn't know if he could get that from Dutch. And I'm like, here we go. So okay, let me just say this. The tattoo that C's put on Project Pat, the caricature of Project Pat, I don't know. Maybe I just don't know I've seen some beautiful, beautiful artwork. I have. And that was not it. Like, that tattoo, like the shading, everything looks like it's been burnt or roasted. It looked like somebody set the tattoo on fire, and we were seeing like the residual flame. Like it was gross. I don't know. It wasn't beautiful. It wasn't artistic. It didn't move me. Like I just don't see any really, really hardcore good tattoos come out of Black Ink Crew New York. I see a lot of drama, a lot of good ignorance, but them tattoos. Let me see Melody. Melody is coming back to Black and Crew. Right now she's trying to introduce that to her boyfriend because he don't want her to go back to work. He want her to stay there and nurse the baby. I mean the baby is like fresh and new out the womb. Like it's still like you know what I'm saying? It's not even like sitting up. Like the baby can't do it's fresh. It's fresh out of the oven. And she look like she just had the baby like let's say this Wednesday, she looked like she just had a baby last Wednesday. Like this is a brand spanking new baby. And she's thinking that she can go and do something part time, do like smaller tats, but bring in the money. She's going stir crazy. Her boyfriend's like, nah. Don't sound like a good idea to me. So then we see um finally we get to Nikki and Richard's reception. They have New Orleans marching band, which we saw that on Instagram a few months ago. We saw pictures of that whole scene and it looked really good. It looked really pretty. I'm glad they left it at that because when you see the reception, it was one they had the kids there at the reception, which I was just like all that drinking and debauchery. Nikki is twerking and she splits the back of her dress open. Her son is like right there to witness it all. So now we see why you ain't got your son, right? Because you make poor choices, and your son don't need to be there to witness all of that. And they all drinking and carrying on. Sky's there with her full titty regalia. Melody comes in. I don't know what that was Melody had going on. Why she chose to tie her head up like that. That dress. Like she looked like she needed to be breastfeeding at home. But anyway, she decided to go in on Teddy a little bit. Teddy's there. He looked cute, but he bitter Teddy right now because he messed his opportunity up, and it's everybody's fault but his. Melody is pissed off, still with Teddy, even though she know he's been fired. She can't wait to take a couple of jabs. Of course, Teddy wants to know how things are going at Black Ink because he already know it didn't work out with Dutch, and he's trying to pull salt in the wound instead of once again humbling yourself, Teddy, and saying, hey, look, I know I messed up, but give me an opportunity to show you that I can really help you make this shop a success. And you're going to see that I'm going to do it right this time. No, we don't get that from Teddy at all. We get him opening C's wounds up and pouring salt in. Great, great, great way to do things, Teddy. That's a good look on you. So everybody gets to meet Jeremiah, which is Nikki's son. Everybody was like, it's all very, very weird. So this leads me to believe that this whole situation with Nikki and Richard is going to be super, super short lived. Like I just can't see it working out. And honestly, I don't know. So C's gives a really, really great toast, which he insists on calling Richard oh shit. And Nikki keeps trying to correct him as Nikki and Richard are walking out of the facility. Guy walks up to him and says, hey, Richard, congratulations. And he serves him with papers, which Nikki immediately snatches those papers and throws them to the ground. Well, the guy, of course, picks the papers up, continues to follow after them as they're trying to, avoid him and get away. Like it's completely useless because the cameras are there too. And gives the papers to Richard. Richard is saying to himself that this can't be nobody but Kathy. Ain't nobody doing this but Kathy. He doesn't know for sure, but he feels like this is the Kathy move to serve him with papers. The guy finally gets him to accept the papers. He takes the papers and throws them in the street. Richard, Nikki, with a giant hole in the back of her dress, walking down the street with their kids, The more she walked, the more the dress ripped. She's ripping the dress up and tearing the dress. As she's doing that, we hear Sky in the background, who has walked in the middle of the street and gotten these court papers and reads them off, and it's telling him that he's being served. He has to respond and go to court. If he don't go to court, he could go to jail for 6 months. As she's reading this, we see Richard and Niki tearing the rest of her dress off. They going to get in the cab with the kids. And I was like, you know what? This is not a Richard moment right now. This is a total oh shit moment right now. Like, boo. So that's how the episode ends. It could be Kathy or it could be his last baby mama. His last baby mama was pretty darn upset about the way he did her. So, lest we forget that she did break her ankle fighting with Donna, I think. So, or Kathy, somebody. So yeah, it could be her too. We don't know. We won't know more until next week. But um I'll say this. A dude like Richard could never pull a real woman. You gotta pull a woman that is easily led, because everything that he's got going on, a real woman wouldn't have never married him. I'm not saying she would have broke up with him, but he would have had to prove on a long term basis that he could get all of his ducks in a row before he would she would ever consider moving across the country. Um, Two, I'm ready to get to some real drama, and that is the whole Dutch and C situation. So hopefully next week we will see that there will be a little bit more of the Dutch and C's relationship. I'm excited about that. Because I want to know what's going on with this extra baby that C's supposed to have. Okay, so that's it for Black Ink Crew, you guys. Serving wedding realness. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already a member of my channel. I would love to have you. And until next time, you guys,